tell us about the CNN report that Prince perhaps was dealing with addiction, quote, decades ago.
Yeah, I spoke to an attorney who used to represent two of his now deceased half-siblings, and it makes it very complicated because there's a lot of half-siblings and one full sibling out there. But two of these siblings, one who died in 2006, one who died in 2013, told their attorney after some years that, look, we know that Prince was dealing with an addiction to Percocet, and they mentioned Percocet, which the attorney had never heard of at the time because this was back in the 80s and 90s. He hadn't really heard of this drug, but they told him that indeed the brother, Dwayne Nelson, who again is now deceased, mentioned to his attorney, just talking to him in a social setting, that he was actually the one procuring Percocet for Prince for quite some time, and that he was using it not as a recreational drug, not as something to use, you know, when he was off, but using it to help him calm down after his performances, come down from all that excitement so that he could sleep, and that he was doing it in part to really make sure that every single one of his performances was top notch and that he could then come down off of that. And that's how it was told to this attorney who spoke to the two.
Why are they using the word addiction to describe the intermittent use of an opiate after performances? Why the word addiction?
Because he wasn't getting it through legal means.
That doesn't matter. That's not addiction.
I agree, but they say he was using it quite often. That's what they told their attorney. They were worried about him, worried that perhaps he's going to see an untimely death, and that is why I think it was mentioned to the attorney at some point.
So, Leo, I heard you. Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. I saw you nodding your head when I was bringing up the issue of is it addiction or is it not. Addiction is a long behavioral disturbance, a progressive problem, often struggles with behavioral problems, medical problems, in and out of treatment. You don't see any of that with him. You see this guy who was a trauma survivor, right? He was kicked out of his home at age 13. Trauma survivors often feel terrible emotional pain their entire life, gravitate to opiates, but they don't often always necessarily have the genetics for addiction, which is a progressive behavioral disturbance. Do you agree with me?
I agree with you 100%. And you know what really saved this guy Kornfeld was that my understanding was that Prince was dead when he arrived there.
Yeah.
And that's why you saw the attorney do covered say he never gave him any drugs, because this is a criminal investigation, Dr. Drew, and the fact that Prince was already dead at the scene probably is going to save Kornfeld from alleging or that he was giving those drugs on the night in question.
And at least what about the son, non-licensed professional, he's just a guy with a bachelor's degree, muling opiates across state lines?
I'm concerned about it for a couple of reasons. It sounds to me like the unauthorized practice of medicine. I don't know what the Minnesota standard is, but it sounds like it in California. And, you know, he's, as you said, he's unlicensed. And what was described was he was going there to evaluate and create a treatment plan, which certainly doesn't sound like something a non-medical professional should be doing. But similar to what Leo said, to the extent that he showed up and Prince had already passed away, we're not probably looking at liability for that charge.
But what about this guy shepherding a bunch of drugs across state lines? Does that bother anyone?
Oh, well, that first thing I did this morning when I was listening to the press conference, I said, hold on a second. He has immunity because he came there with a backpack full of drugs.
What?
And now he has immunity. And that is concerning. And I think that the attorney kind of confused me a little bit with his talk, because I felt like he was talking a little bit in circles, because on one hand he was saying we're going to evaluate you. But he used the phrase life-saving mission.
Yeah.
So to me, that's more than we're going to evaluate.
Hey, by the way, what are you going to say, Leo?
Well, this is
take your hold, because I got a response to that.
This is a Conrad Murray situation.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, Michael Jackson.
It's Conrad Murray all over again with this guy catering to a superstar, giving him, and Prince was controlling his own care.
The person with the sick brain was dictating care.
Exactly.
That should never, ever happen.
Never.
And if this were a life-threatening mission or a life-saving mission, why didn't they send him 8 minutes up the road? Paisley Park is 8 minutes. We looked this up. It is 8 minutes from the city center of the Hazleton, Hazleton Betty Ford Center. Right. Hazleton Betty Ford Center there is a map. It's 4 miles. It is 8 minutes from Prince's home. If this was a life-threatening mission, why didn't they throw him in a car and take him to the world's premier institution for the treatment of addiction?
Good point.
There's something terribly wrong about this. It's, again, special people getting special care. And to put a fine point on what Leo said, have we not learned anything from Conrad Murray?